second phase of the 10,000 baht handout program raises vote-buying concerns. The second phase of the government's 10,000 baht handout program, coming just days before provincial elections, is inevitably viewed by some as vote-buying, according to People's Party MP Paetongtarn. Residents in 47 provinces will vote this Saturday to elect Provincial Administrative Organization, PAO, presidents and members. On Monday, the government distributed 10,000 baht handouts to the bank accounts of 3 million elderly citizens, who tend to vote more consistently than younger voters. Mr. Paetongtarn, also the chief opposition whip, voiced concerns over whether the timing of the handout, aimed at individuals over 60, might sway election outcomes. "We trust the public understands that this government policy is funded by taxpayers," he said. He emphasized the need to evaluate the program's effectiveness to determine if it delivers on the few Thai parties' promises of economic improvement. The third phase of the handout is expected in April. Mr. Paetongtarn suggested that while the program might not entirely be about vote buying, suspicions are valid as it coincides with the Songkran festival. However, he added that the timing could also be justified by the government's intent to stimulate the economy during the holiday season. Meanwhile, Mr. Paetongtarn encouraged residents to exercise their voting rights, stressing the importance of this election in shaping local budgets and provincial futures over the next 4 years. Cabinet approves 620 million baht to address forest fires and PM2.5 pollution. The Cabinet has approved a central fund allocation of 620 million baht to combat forest fires and PM2.5 dust pollution that regularly plague the country. Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra announced on Tuesday that the fund, proposed by the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, will focus on tackling forest fires and toxic smog this year. She instructed agencies to use the funds efficiently. The Ministry of Interior has directed all provincial governors to manage the disaster and ban crop burning practices. Additionally, the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives will monitor and penalize agricultural burning, disqualifying offenders from receiving government aid. Other measures include rainmaking efforts to reduce hazardous dust and a public transportation campaign that has reduced road traffic in Bangkok by 500,000 vehicles daily. The Industry Ministry is working with factories and farmers to reduce sugarcane field burning. The Foreign Affairs Ministry is collaborating with ASEAN to address the regional haze issue, while all ministries are monitoring the implementation of anti-PM2.5 measures closely. Thai PM to meet Xi Jinping over Chinese tourist safety concerns. Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra is set to meet Chinese President Xi Jinping during her visit to China next week to address Chinese tourists' safety concerns in Thailand. Her trip, scheduled for February 5 to 8, follows reports of cancellations by Chinese travelers worried about safety, particularly after a high-profile trafficking case involving a Chinese actor near the Thai-Myanmar border. The premier aims to seek China's help in countering negative rumors about Thailand's safety and will raise concerns about call center scams in neighboring countries. With Chinese tourists making up a significant portion of Thailand's tourism market, 6.7 million out of 35.5 million arrivals in 2024, the government is keen to rebuild trust. Efforts to crack down on call center scams and improve tourist safety are ongoing, as the tourism sector accounts for 12% of Thailand's GDP and nearly a fifth of its jobs. China seeks Thai cooperation to crush 36 major scam gangs. China has identified 36 major Chinese call scam gangs employing over 100,000 people to defraud victims, according to Chinese Assistant Minister of Public Security Liu Zhongyi, who is in Thailand seeking support and suppressing their activities. Liu shared these findings with Pole Lieutenant Gen Trerong Phopan, Commissioner of the Cybercrime Investigation Bureau, CCIB, during a meeting in Nonthaburi. The delegation is requesting cooperation in tackling gangs operating in Myanmar's Myawaddy region, which borders Thailand's Tak province. These gangs reportedly lure Chinese citizens into Myanmar with false promises of work, only to force them into brutal conditions at scam operations. Liu mentioned the case of Chinese actor Wang Xing, who was rescued after being lured to Myanmar under false pretenses, which has since fueled concerns over safety in Thailand and impacted tourism. The Chinese delegation urged Thai authorities to arrest scam leaders based in Thailand and extradite suspects connected to the Wang Xing case. They also proposed establishing a joint Thai-Chinese coordination center to combat such crimes. Both sides agreed to exchange intelligence and block financial channels used by these gangs.